A very good morning to you. Welcome back. You are still watching Morning Live. Now, Turffontein Racecourse is set to take center stage once again as it hosts the second edition of the World Pool event on Champions Day, the third day of the championships. This marks a continued collaboration between 4Racing and the Hong Kong Jockey Club. And to talk about this, we've roped in 4Racing CEO Fundi Sithebe. Fundi, it's always such a pleasure having you here on Morning Live. Thank you for joining us once again.
Top of the morning for CEO. I absolutely love being on Morning Live. Thank you.
So let's start and speak about your relationship with the Hong Kong Jockey Club and how that has benefited horse racing in South Africa from your vantage points.
So this is the second year now that we've partnered with Hong Kong Jockey Club for this specific race. Last year, we did what they've got a concept called World Pool events. So they sponsor or they pick a handful races internationally that they will put the World Pool name behind. And what that does, it allows for international punters to be able to bet on this product. And it really makes for pool sizes to be very, very lucrative. It just really makes for a great betting product. So that's what it meant for us last year. They took 4 races, and this year they're taking 6 races. So it just speaks to the testament of the quality of racing that we've got within 4Racing and the increasing partnership and what we want to do for our sports in terms of taking it globally, but also for our punters and making sure that the purse size is quite sizable.
Let's talk a little bit more about that, because you talk of the beneficiaries and those that will benefit. Something that in every conversation I've always had with you, the groomsmen always come up, because these are the people that work so hard to ensure that the horses are in tip-top shape. Yeah. Are there any benefits for them this time around, and how is that structured?
Geez, this year is a groundbreaking one because of Hong Kong Jockey Club's putting money into what we call World Pool moments. A chosen groom for the day will get 100,000 rands cash prize. But not only that, for CEO, they'll be able to be eligible to potentially attend racing in Hong Kong Jockey Club. And that's huge because Hong Kong is literally like the benchmark for horse racing. So once again, speaks to the ethos of partnering with 4Racing and how we feel about the importance of the grooms and how underrated sometimes they actually are and what they do for the sport. So this is incredibly exciting for us, and we're looking forward to that World Pool moment of the day on Saturday.
That is something that we're certainly looking forward to. Transformation's also been something that's been very key for you. Let's speak to what it's currently looking like at the moment, because we know when COVID hit, things kind of picked up a little bit slower than expected. But where are you now in terms of transforming the sport and ensuring that it's not seen as an elite sport for only some?
So I think compared to where we were maybe when I started 4 years ago, it's been 4 years now, there's been remarkable, milestones. And I've always said, for me personally, it was a personal challenge for us to take horse racing to a far broader population within South Africa so that it matches the demographics of South Africa. And very grateful to the partnership with the SABC, because that has enabled us to take horse racing to the people a lot broader than it actually was covered before. So I think that that's definitely moving. Have we done enough? Definitely not. Still being the only black female CEO in horse racing in South Africa and potentially globally, who's on her way out. I think much more needs to be done. But equally, you see a little bit more ownership. We're starting to see a little bit more ownership in terms of black owners. Still not enough black jockeys. Still definitely not enough black trainers. So I think as an industry, we must have some impetus around how do we galvanize together to, make sure that that transformation continues. But a lot more needs to be done.
Indeed, a lot does need to be done, and we've loved seeing the progress in terms of just getting it better every single year. And Fundi, let's speak to Champions Day on Saturday. For someone who's sitting at home right now thinking, I've never been to a horse racing event, I've never been to Turffontein, or for those that love going on a regular basis, what is your biggest selling point, and how do you say to people, come join us, it's going to be a vibe, for lack of a better word?
Still focusing definitely on family type outing for the day. I hope that we're still seeing a little bit of summer. It doesn't look like it, but we're going to have picnics, farm, food stalls, etc. So really, really a good day for family entertainment. But I think we'll see with this Champions Day is probably one of the ultimate really, really good horse racing events. So also from a quality of the fields, the racing element of it is really, really good quality. So it's a bit of both, one for the avid punter and the one that loves horse racing, that fan, but also saying, come through, entrance is free, and we're going to have all sorts of entertainment focused on family fun. So it's going to be a really good day out in the sun.
All right, and that's of course going to be taking place on Saturday out at the Turffontein Racecourse. Fundi, you mentioned that you at the moment are the only black CEO in horse racing, and you're a female, but that's not for much longer because you have resigned from 4 Racing. And let's speak to the legacy that you leave behind, or what you would like to see carried through from the work that you've done, because I can only imagine it's been your baby for 4 years and now you move on.
So I think bitter, very, sweet, bitter emotions, very teary moment for me. Because we've just done so much as a team, as 4 Racing, and like I say, in particular with SABC, and ensuring that we take our sports to the people. Never before has it been televised like this for many, many years. So I think that's definitely the one thing that I take with me. I think also just to show so many other black females that this is possible, that I was able to stand at the helm of an organization like 4 Racing that is internationally renowned, and we were able to really make strides and improving the sport. I hope that the legacy of transformation continues, that we've planted a seed and it continues. And definitely the relationship with Hong Kong didn't exist before my time, and now we've grown a really good relationship. And I truly hope that continues, because it only is better for the industry and not just for 4 Racing on its own.
Indeed, and you for one are someone that definitely loves a challenge, because you take up this position just around COVID time. Before that, you were in another very important role within an industry that many would also say is not one where you would generally see a woman like yourself. So when you now look at your journey that you've traveled, and what is your message for women out there that are watching you saying, I want to be one day at AXA, I want to be in racing, and all the things that you've been able to do and all the glass ceilings that you've shattered?
So it's twofold. On the positive side is it is possible. It really is possible for females. Sometimes I say we're probably even better suited, just because we have so many other qualities that we bring to the job, as softness, an element of EQ, so it is possible, but it's also equally tough. And if I've had to look back, let's say the last 10 years of my career where I've been at the C-suite level, it has been an incredibly, incredibly tough journey. And I never want to make it seem like it's all glossy and it's fantastic.
Because that's how you look. You make it look like it's all glossy and fantastic.
Thank you. It takes a lot. So it's always just been about that balancing act, to make sure that from a mentorship, spiritually, emotionally, just balanced, whilst you're also just going out there and trying to make some serious moves in the boardroom. So it's a balancing act.
A balancing act indeed. Well, Fundi, thank you so much for your time this morning. Thank you for always availing yourself to speak to us right here on Morning Live. And we look forward to what Fundi is going to do next. Whatever it is, we know you'll continue to shatter that glass ceiling.
Thank you so much, Bosiwe. It's been an absolute pleasure. And thank you for your support.
That is Fundi Sithebe, the CEO of 4 Racing. For now, she's moving on to greener pastures, and of course we'll keep you updated in terms of that still involves sports or not.